Hello warriors, thanks for joining me for this episode of Stand for Ace videos. Exercises is an integral part of treatment in ankylosing spondylitis. You must have come across many videos on YouTube, on Facebook for ankylosing spondylitis. However, do you know what exercises are to be avoided if you have ankylosing spondylitis? Today we are going to discuss this. This is a very important point that we should be discussing, and you should know what exercises can do more harm than good if you have ankylosing spondylitis. Let us have a look. What are the exercises that one needs to avoid in ankylosing spondylitis? 1. Any exercise that would put too much of pressure on the spine. This pressure could be weight itself, body weight or external weight, or it could also be excessive stretching or bending of the spine, which could be putting too much of pressure. Secondly, exercises that put pressure on the hips, particularly if the hip is inflamed or there is wear and tear, osteoarthritis of the hips secondary to ankylosing spondylitis. Let's have a look at some of the examples of these type of exercises. One of the commonest, skipping. This is a high impact exercise. Imagine the pressure on the spine when this person lands on his shoes. It's a high impact exercise. There is too much of pressure on the spine. Definitely something that needs to be avoided in ankylosing spondylitis. Other examples of this type of exercise: jumping jack, burpees and long jump. Secondly, avoid weightlifting. Again, imagine the pressure on the spine when this person is lifting this weight. So weightlifting definitely to be avoided in ankylosing spondylitis. Deadlift, absolute no in ankylosing spondylitis. The second type which we saw is anything that puts too much of stretching or bending pressure on the spine. So particularly, even if the spine is inflamed, this can be a problematic thing because it would irritate the spine and cause a lot of pain. Secondly, if you have significant spinal stiffness or fusion of the vertebrae because of ankylosing spondylitis, these exercises that stretch, that require the neck or spine to lean backwards are to be avoided. One is also at a risk of fractures with these exercises if there is significant fusion of the spine. Coming to the hip, any exercise of this sort, squats, semi-squats, that can put pressure on the hips need to be avoided if one has either inflammation or wear and tear, osteoarthritis of the hip. Second, what are the other exercises that can be okay if one has ankylosing spondylitis? Running, jogging. One can consult a rheumatologist and physiotherapist, but this is something that you can do with guidance and after consulting and after getting an okay approval from your rheumatologist and a physiotherapist. Cycling, definitely okay as far as ankylosing spondylitis is concerned. If one has severe wear and tear of the hip, osteoarthritis of the hip, this could mean a bit of a problem. But then if you have this, do consult your rheumatologist, your physiotherapist before starting cycling. Swimming, one of the best exercises as far as ankylosing spondylitis is concerned. So no problem if you consider swimming as an exercise. Lastly, coming to the first slide, let's review what we just saw. Any exercise, whenever you are doing any exercise or starting a new exercise with ankylosing spondylitis, think in terms of, is it putting too much of pressure on the spine of either body weight or external weight? Second, does it involve excessive stretching or bending of the spine that could either irritate the spine and cause pain, or if there is fusion, it could even lead to fracture of the spine. Does it involve excessive stretching or bending of the spine that puts you at the risk of increased pain or fractures? Secondly, exercises that put too much of pressure on the hips, particularly if you have inflammation of the hip or wear and tear, that is osteoarthritis of the hip. Thank you warriors. Do like this video, do like our channel and do share this video to help the other warriors. Thank you.